Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Sanibel Captiva Guide. Thanks for joining us. This following episode was actually recorded a couple of months back. We're now in late December. This episode with Lacy McClary, who's a local artist and resident, was due to come out on the day of Hurricane Ian, which just happens to be one of the most powerful storms ever to reach southwest Florida. So since then, she has lost the art studio that she talks about on Fort Myers Beach. She's lost the one that was on Sanibel, and she's also lost her home. And she's bouncing from Airbnb to Airbnb. I'm going to put up a GoFundMe here. If you feel it in your heart to help out, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. She also has a gallery where she's still selling some of her artwork, so you can also check that out. But without any further ado, please welcome Lacy McClary. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Sanibel Captiva Guide
podcast.
Yeah, there we go. We'll add that bit in. I would like to welcome Lacy McClary, who is an island resident. She's laughing, and an artist on the island too. So, welcome. Thanks very much for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, why don't we start by, how did you find yourself here? I understand you came here just after Hurricane
You know what?
Charlie.
I want to start with, I wish everybody could see below the table.
Why is that, Laurie?
Because you would actually know that Lacey is an artist by what she's wearing.
Okay, stand
underneath.
up.
You had to see. It's awesome. I love it.
There you go. Look at those pants.
Look at the pants.
Never trust an artist without paint on their hands.
Exactly. Yeah, she
Have you got paint on your hands too? Oh, she
right,
has.
she does. Yeah, covered.
I painted today.
Really? Okay, excellent.
She's like business at the top and like party at the bottom.
There we go.
That's how I roll.
All the way around, isn't it? Anyway, we got some art up. If you look there behind Lacy, you can see one of her pieces up there, and we're going to show much more of it. She's got some absolutely fantastic art. And why don't you tell us a little bit how you arrived here? You came here just shortly after Hurricane Charlie in 2004.
I
but
did.
What brought you here?
I used to vacation here about 3 months out of the year, and I had an upholstery and interior design business back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and slow months were kind of, February, the busy months here.
Right.
And so, I wanted to come to Paradise and finally ended up moving here.
And what made you find Sanibel Captiva originally?
I was originally with my fiance at the time, and we moved near Blind Pass, and that's how I ended up getting connected with with the Mad Hatter and some different friends
The
in that
local
area.
restaurants?
Yeah, okay. You've got a connection with the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Oh, only paint fumes.
Okay, all right, okay.
The owners of the Mad Hatter
Okay.
at
gotcha.
Blind Pass.
Gotcha.
Right. So some of your art is displayed in the Mad Hatter.
It is. I
correct?
did the large mural there. And,
Okay.
Oh, the one that
fantastic.
wraps around?
Yep.
Oh, very cool. So if anybody has not been to the Mad Hatter, you are missing out. It
Wonderful.
is right at Santivo. We're close to where Sanibel joins to Captiva.
It's a little bit of an institution. We were there a couple of weeks ago, and we went in there, and we haven't been there for a while, but there was a whole family dressed up in costume in
Like I saw the
Mad Hatter attire.
Alice in Wonder. They had Alice. They had the Mad Hatter. They were on, and we asked our waitress, and we're like, "Is this normal?" And she said, "Yes, it's very normal."
So a lot of people come dressed up. Check it
Right.
out. Great food, great restaurant.
Expression.
Exactly.
But definitely make a reservation.
Yes.
Is recommended because it
That's
does
so
fill
great.
up, and it's a small, intimate setting. So right on the water, you can't beat it.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yes, our friend Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby? I think of him as Bobby in the lobby because we used to work at the theater, so that's what we used to call him, was Bobby in the lobby.
He's usually dressed with his...
Yes, he has a bunch of top hats.
Yeah.
And he's,
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
yeah. He's the host with the most.
Host, yes.
Yeah.
Host with the most.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So so you moved there. So were you painting when you were up in Iowa?
Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I have been an artist pretty much ever since I was a child, just drawing, really did a lot of sketching. And then when I would vacation here, I started doing oil pastels and then started painting, and just really inspired with the color, the island lifestyle, and then, just beautiful surroundings, the birds, the fish, the water, everything. And so I thought, why not? I'm going to buy a
Absolutely.
canvas try it out. What do I have to lose?
That's
you know?
true. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I loved it, and you know, one of the things is just not being afraid to express, and I think everyone has the ability to create and use that outlet, and so many times we're so intimidated to let that out,
right.
because we don't know what we're doing. Do we really know what we're doing in anything in life
No.
until we try it?
Right.
Exactly.
Especially with art. I mean, art is, you could do really anything. You could put little.
I think it's the same with any expression. How many people talk to us about starting a YouTube channel and then they say, or a podcast, and they
Right.
say, "Oh, I don't really want to do it. You know, I'm not that good." Blah blah blah. But it's like, well, you want to start at the top. You want to start at the finishing point. Everywhere has a start, doesn't it? And if you don't start, you can't get better, you know. And it's like, it's the same for art, it's the same for filming, for podcasting, for so many different areas. And
Yeah, that's
musicians, you know. We put a ton of effort into bringing you quality content. So if you would like to help us share our love of the islands, here are several easy ways. Firstly, you can support us on Patreon. You could purchase an island souvenir from our Etsy store. You can metaphorically buy us a coffee, which is an easy way to donate a couple of bucks.
Don't you prefer tea?
Well, I do, kind of. Also, like and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all things Sanibel and Captiva. And finally, show some love to our sponsors. Let them know we sent you. All the links are in the description below.
So
there's
you
no-
recommend just start. Get some paint out, get an easel, get some canvas, and go for it.
And what you guys do is such a gift, to getting in front of a microphone, cameras, doing the whole thing, and your photography and your expression is absolutely stunning.
Well, that's
and
very
I've
kind of you
really
to say.
appreciated it over the years, and
Very nice.
narrating.
So,
Yes.
very nice
Yeah.
to-
He definitely has
The
the voice for it, doesn't he? Which everybody says, everybody loves his voice. To me, I honestly cannot hear anything. I can't hear an accent. I don't know. Can you, Max?
Hear an accent?
Yeah. And Dad?
I mean, yeah, if I'm not looking for it, I definitely don't hear it.
Yeah.
But no, sometimes when he says squirrel, I hear it then.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the way I say squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel?
Or yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yogurt?
Yeah, that one drives me crazy when he says yogurt.
I only get corrected about 740 times every time I go to the fridge. It's really annoying.
The worst is when we try to order something at a drive-thru, and he is the one in the driver's seat normally, so he orders, and our order is always messed up normally.
That's all right. I have to get translators for the mic.
Right. Even though we've been here 20, going on 24 years,
A
you've been here.
tomato is a tomato
Is a tomato.
Sorry.
I love it.
Exactly. All right, so we're getting off topic here. So back to Lacey.
So did you give up your interior design upholstery business when you came down, or was it something you did as well as?
That's something that I can still do. You know, I need the space to do residential, just because sofas, things like that. But I still do a lot of commercial upholstery. Bayfront, what is it? Bayfront Bistro on the water.
Yeah.
I did all of their upholstery when they redesigned. I worked with a couple decorators, and so you know, Tokyo Bay, I did their upholstery in there.
wow.
So I'll go in and reupholster and get things done in about 2 weeks, and it's
What, you actually physically do the
oh
reupholstery?
yes, I
Oh,
build
really?
furniture. I
Okay, a woman
I
of
use
many
an
talents.
industrial sewing machines, power tools, building.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that
Love
all
it.
like? So that's on the water. So is it all like sunbrella material, or is it outdoor?
It was a vinyl, you know,
Okay.
more like a marine vinyl, and you know, the products have come so far, and they're actually really pretty spectacular in the rub count and everything else. And
Okay, what's a rub count? I have no idea what that is.
now we're
It sounds
really off
interesting.
topic. So there's a machine that literally rubs the fabric to see how durable and how many times that you can rub your tush on a chair
Really?
before
And that's
it
what it
breaks
really
down,
means.
and it will give you a rating.
Really?
Yep.
I've never heard of that.
Oh my gosh, that is an awesome fact. I love
Learn
that fact.
Yeah. And everybody knows the biggest killer of furniture, especially outdoor stuff, is the sun
Yep.
here in Florida, which is always a fight for boat upholstery and stuff like that.
Right, exactly.
And
Wow.
and sunscreen.
Yes, we actually
Stop
had
spraying your sunscreen.
we
on
had
the
a boat
Yes.
we had a boat captain on recently, Ozzy Fisher, and he said the exact same
It
thing.
yellows it.
Yep.
Yellow's everything, doesn't
Yeah.
it? He said it yellows the fiberglass, so I don't know what it's doing to your body when you spray that stuff on.
Right.
It's particularly the aerosol stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So back to Lacey's art. So you're in Mad Hatter. What other local places can everybody find you?
I hang my artwork at Georgia and Wendy's Seafood Grill with Laura Ball. She's a
Right.
dear friend of mine, another local artist. And
Which we had Laura on the podcast. She is, in her real life, she is a postmistress, I guess. Or
Yep,
she works at
paints
the
coconuts.
Right. She
That's
works at Sanibel Post Office, or she's been there 20-something years, but on her side, and she is an artist.
She's amazing and a good person. And
Yeah.
and then 400 Rabbits. And then I do have my studio and gallery space here on the island, a very small little cottage between the bay and the beach on the east end,
That's
which I'm
wonderful.
partial to.
Yeah.
And then over the causeway, catty corner to Dock Fords on Main Street, I have a larger studio and gallery space where I host and do events.
Okay.
You know,
so
throughout the
is
year.
the galleries are just open by request, or how does
Appointment only,
Yeah.
and I do special events. This upcoming season, I have a lot planned, and I'm really excited about
Right.
it.
So how can everybody find out about them?
if you go on the website and sign up, subscribe.
Your website is?
It's LaceyMcClary.com.
So just spell that for us, because Lacey is spelled different way. So
LaceyMcClary.com.
.com. Okay.
And so that's a good way. Following on social media, Instagram and Facebook, which it's under Lacey McClary Studio
On
and
those.
gallery on those.
Okay.
I update that quite often.
Gotcha. And I think,
Fantastic.
do you have a newsletter that you can subscribe to?
Yes.
Okay. So
But
people can find you.
Sign
that
up for it.
I
and
know.
you'll find
Yeah,
out everything that's
exactly.
going on. Yeah.
So what's your first event coming up? Do you have a...
Well, my the first thing that I have coming up, I donated a piece to the Captiva Civic Center. And then I will be doing, I guess, an opening there at the Civic Center in January.
Okay. This is
Very-
January 2023.
Yes,
So right.
2023. It's going to be at the Captiva Civic Center. I believe about 30 very large scale. These are some of my smaller, these are pretty much my smallest paintings that I do. So, very large scale work. And it's called Swim, Set, Soar.
Gotcha.
And just kind of my journey through healing and hope and just expression with art.
Gotcha.
And really excited about that. Then donated a piece for their gala that they have coming up in February.
Right.
I do know of an event that we are doing. I try to do an opening about every other month for my work in different genres, and usually bring in local musicians and a food truck. And
cool.
it's it's right there on the dock, and it's a really cool vibe.
Yeah.
And but I do have an event coming up in May with my friend Slimtronic. He plays at Mudbugs.
Which is
And,
another local restaurant
yeah.
here that you have to try out.
And it's going to be like a whole art music experience. And it is going to a nonprofit that's going back to Southwest Florida. And I'll be painting live outside, and the paintings will be auctioned off or included in the ticket. We're still working out the
on the nitty-gritty
but
details.
That's awesome.
It is going to
that
be
sounds
incredible.
Amazing.
And
That's
they're-
awesome.
these local artists will be recording live, and then probably giving back to a charity with children, women,
Okay, that's
something
what-
in
okay.
Southwest Florida. So
Gotcha.
the money raised will go back to the community.
Right.
That's awesome.
And then-
Wonderful.
So cool.
And
So
speaking
cool.
of that, you also, I know, I look at your manatee almost every day. That's right across the street. Tell everybody about the manatee project that you've done.
Psychedelic Serenia is right across the street from you guys at
Yeah.
Pfeiffer Realty. They were kind enough to be my sponsor. And
That was a fundraiser for
Yep.
CHR,
For
which is our
CHR.
community housing
housing
out here on the
resource,
island. Yeah. And the last 2 years, they've done these painted manatees. They're sprinkled around the island, and you could do like a manatee trail. That Max, remember Max, you and I did that.
Oh yeah.
We had a good time.
It's basically, for those that don't know, it's a fundraiser for
The CHR.
low-income housing that's
Yeah.
or subsidised housing. So,
Yeah.
for the
yeah,
Islanders.
for the
and-
islanders. And,
Right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then they auction them off at Mudbugs, and people purchase them. And
Yep.
now Pfeiffer Realty purchased your.
And then I have the one at Lazy Flamingo that Larry the captain.
Okay.
And I
So
believe
that was the year before you did
yes,
that one?
and then I believe this year they're doing hearts, and I am so excited about this new venture that they're
Okay.
doing. I'm pretty
You already
sure
have in your mind what you're gonna do?
Real modern, like really funky kind of twist to it. And I have a feeling they're going to be a little bit smoother, so I don't have to be in so much character of the manatee. So I
I
am
see what
very
you're saying.
excited about
Right.
So
it.
you can really build out from it.
Yes.
And
So
stuff.
I'll have to see. I'm not sure if my application has been accepted yet.
Oh, I think it will. I think it will. You know what I wanted to know? What happened to this? What's her Serena Siren, the manatee?
Yes.
What happened to her disco ball?
Well, the disco ball apparently caught a lot of light, and so we are doing a revamp on Sirenia before Luminary.
Okay.
And so she may change outfits. Just a hint.
Gotcha.
I do miss the disco ball, so I may try to tone down the disco ball so we can keep her
Okay.
grooving.
Yes.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
she has to be dancing.
Right. She had
needs
a
some new
disco ball.
glasses and.
I wondered if somebody stole.
It's up on the screen right now. There's the disco ball.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And right now it has no disco ball, so I guess everybody look out for Luminary Night and see what
so
she.
cool.
She may
she's-
be coming back.
Ah,
She's going to get her groove
nice.
back.
Was she blinding people or what was it?
She may have been blinding people.
Because she sits right on Periwinkle, right off Periwinkle. So I'm guessing maybe the lights from people's cars were,
So,
or the sun, obviously.
So I'm going to tone that ball down a little
Got
bit.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome.
So
Very cool.
we got a can of Matt Dulling spray. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, Matt Dulling spray.
It's a photography phenomenon. It's actually for product photography very boring. My uncle put me onto it, and it's basically for that very purpose. It's for photographers, and it's a spray can. It's called Matt Dulling, and you basically spray it on, and it takes a reflection off. But anyway, I digress.
Yes.
I digress.
I'll meet you across the street and we'll take care of it.
We'll give it some Matt Dulling spray.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So let's have a look at. You bought a couple of pieces in for us to have a look at. So if you just set them just in between the mics here, just on the
I'll
table,
help you
that Max will be
out.
able to
Oh yeah, right there.
just
Okay,
turn it slightly,
perfect.
guys. Just there we go. It's very reflective, this one, so it's
Okay.
almost looks
Jellyfish.
3D.
Okay,
called
jellyfish. Yeah.
Floating rainbow jelly. And the cool thing about this is how the light catches it with the iridescence. And it really kind of gives that movement of how it
Just
feels in
twist
the
it a little
water.
bit, and
Which
you can
way?
see it on the. Well, you can see it. as
Yeah, you can
twist
see the
it.
texture for
Oh,
sure.
That is
very
cool.
cool.
Kind of
So
fun.
What
it'd
is
be
that?
cool if you spot lit it, or it's some sort of wall light or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much most of my work, I use a lot of different iridescent paints and just the technique that I do with oil. You really feel, and with the larger scale, that you're either flying into the water or floating above the water. It's a really cool technique, and depending on lighting, depending on the time of day, it really shows off differently.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So you all self-taught?
I am.
Really?
So sometimes just making a lot of mistakes.
Right, and then this is what. That's so cool.
That's very
Awesome.
Not being afraid to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
So do you make? So you have originals, and then do you make prints of
I do.
as well?
Let's see. I've got a print here. I feel like I'm
Yeah. Vanna White.
Vanna White here.
Yeah.
So, and this one this is a print, and a lot of times, mostly, if you're local, you order a print, I will embellish it, and meaning I'll go back over it and put paint on it, and every single purchase that anybody makes from my website, from me personally, it touches my heart so much that people enjoy my expression, and anything I can do, I try to go above and beyond.
Yes. No, we haven't met you before, but we have seen your name countless times as donating things for auctions, and
That's
you're
so
definitely
cool.
the heartbeat of the island.
And sorry for those that are listening and not watching today. You might be listening on the Apple podcast stream or whatever, but it's basically a picture of three birds.
Three little birds.
Three little birds sitting on the...
Do you have a name for this one, Lacey?
This one was a commission piece for a dear friend of mine, and it was called Birds Are Important, and it was a tribute to her husband that had passed, and it was three friends. They were friends together, and the two friends purchased it as a gift, and he had a whole journal that talked about how birds were important.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
And so she owns an original commission octopus, and then this particular original. But it was such a favorite with everyone that I also
I'll put it
did.
Sorry.
It's all right. You're not going to hurt these guys. I also went and did a little
beach
merchandise.
bag.
Tote bag. Very cute. Look at that.
That's
Take it to the beach.
adorable.
And
I love the
Very
story
cool.
behind that too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Really
So-
cool. So all these, they can go on your website, and then also I know, like at George and Wendy's, you could, if you see one on the wall, you can literally go pick it off the wall, can't you? And have
Yep.
your server ring it up.
You can purchase them right there. Give me a call, or if you have something in mind that you really love or want, one of my favorite things to do is commission. And part of the design process and my background with interior design is going into a home or working with builders where, there may not be a vision yet, and really creating that like, wow.
Yeah.
And the walls are getting so much larger. How do you scale it right? And that's where my background with interior design
You
really
kinda
comes
meld
into
the two
play.
together.
Yes, and it's I love it, and
Yeah.
I love being able to take somebody's idea or an experience or a memory and putting it onto canvas for them to treasure.
Right. What's your largest scale piece that you've ever done?
We mailed one. It was 10 foot by 6 foot, and it was mailed over a Sandcat pack and ship,
Right.
and he picked it up and mailed it to St. Louis. So it was
Wow.
created.
I can't imagine how much that cost, because
can't either.
we've sent some large pieces and we end up having to do freight.
Yeah.
'Cause they
10
won't-
foot by 6
UPS,
foot. Wow.
yeah.
What was the art of?
It was basically, you look like you were flying into the Bahamas. They really love traveling and going to the Bahamas, seeing that water, having that feeling. They also have a place here, in Captiva, and so it was
Gotcha.
really, water is just really special to them, and those memories made there. I'm working on one right now that's 80 by 80. And then it seems like they're getting bigger. Like I feel like my smallest
80 feet or
No.
inches?
Oh, 80 inches.
80 inches.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a little more reasonable.
Yeah,
But
but
I've also
still big.
done large murals, at Seaside Cafe. There's a huge wave, and so scale, I love painting big. That is not intimidating to me at all. The issue that I run into is can I get it out of the studio door? And
Gotcha.
I now have a warehouse. So just a surprise. The show that's coming up on Captiva, all going to be very large scale. And
Nice.
everything is really, the smallest painting I'm really doing anymore is like 30. I don't want to limit because
Right.
I do smaller work, but it seems like it went from 36 by 48 to 48 by 60. Now 62 by 70.
Wow.
Wow.
And
so
now
you
we're
can
going
imagine
bigger and bigger.
Right.
And
That's awesome.
And are you quick? Like, how long would that take you from?
it really depends on the subject and what, my work has really.
Depends how much she gets her pants.
How much?
Well, look, it ends up on her pants. Look,
Oh,
you can
right.
see.
I also do clothing.
Oh, gotcha.
I have so many people that want to buy the
Oh,
pants.
your pants. You can auction your pants off, Lacey. That's your next charity
Oh, I have the
event.
label.
That's awesome.
But a piece, I love building layers. And so to say, oh, that took me this long.
Right.
A lot of
because you're
times
trying time and
I may have a background that sits there for a few months and then all of a sudden, boom, I know what I want to put on that.
Gotcha.
And so then the next step comes. But if you really press me, I bet I could
You
paint
could
you
knock
something
it out.
overnight.
oh my gosh.
Fun fact, I did paint the mural in the Mad Hatter in 1 week.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Obviously, you had to
impressive.
go in at night when it
No,
was closed.
I did it. That is on canvas, and it was wrapped around my little studio.
Oh, okay.
wow.
My
and then
little
you rolled it.
cottage. There was no room for it. And another fun fact is I very rarely paint with a brush. I'm a finger painter.
Really? No way.
Really?
So and
No wonder your hands are.
and tools. A lot of
Palette knives
So,
and
like,
stuff.
Palette
describe
knives,
your tools that you.
industrial, anything that I have painted with everything from a square that you would square up a frame with to A water ski.
No way. Oh, really?
I have a client right now that we're working with box cutters to create an out-of-the-box kind of idea for a very large painting.
Wow.
And so sky's the limit. I
Yeah.
am not intimidated by funky ideas. I think the weirder the better. Get
love
it out
it.
there.
That's very cool. Very cool.
That is so
Very
fascinating. I love it. So, what's the day in the life of Lacy McClary? Are you a morning person? Are you a night?
I have been becoming a little bit more of a morning person, but I would say I mainly like to paint at night.
Okay.
The lighting is really nice in the morning. I normally have paintings going at my studio on Sanibel, which a lot of times those are outside on the porch.
Oh.
And so I may make an espresso in the morning, go out, check it out, see what the lighting's doing, try not to
Be
hurt
inspired
anything.
by something.
Listen to the birds, and then truck over the causeway, which is always inspiring, and then go to the dock, and then paint there. And you never know who you're going to meet at the dock, and I just love my studio there. I actually have a baby grand piano in there, and my friend Sheena Brooks, she'll come in and play. And
Really?
Oh, Sheena Brooks. Yeah, she was
I-
on The Voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys may need to have her in.
I'd
we
love to.
should,
We'd
yes.
love to. She's an absolutely amazing
Yes.
musician.
Right. She's a
incredible.
local Fort Myers Beach
Artist,
girl.
yeah.
Artist
Yeah.
who went on The Voice, and I think she did really well. She made it too. I'm not sure how
She
far
did.
she made it,
She-
but
yeah.
She's making it big all the time. One of the most talented voices I have ever heard.
Yeah,
and
she's incredible.
songwriters.
Shout out to you, Sheena. If you
I
can come
know.
on, please. We'd love to have you
yeah,
on. Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, so she'll come and play on your piano.
Yeah,
How very
she'll
cool.
come over and I always love having live music around. My grandfather played with Bob Wills and the Playboys, and so I grew up
Wow.
in a home where on the weekends we go to my grandparents, and so there was a whole closet full of instruments, and by ear he could play any instrument, and so we grew up gigging with my grandparents with all these famous musicians.
Oh, that's so cool.
And do you play now? Any?
I played the trumpet in high school.
Okay. Oh, Nick
Me
too.
too.
Okay, there we go. We
I
need
could
to
do
have
a wicked good King Wenceslas. Well, it wasn't that good, but
right. We need to have a trumpet
know.
concert I think, between the
I've
two.
never heard either of you ever play a trumpet.
no.
How's your embouchure?
Yeah.
Got it down.
Right, that would be it. So you can play trumpet. That's awesome.
I do like having instruments around just to play, to change the direction in the mind. And
So you actually next to where's the studio? Is it right next to the
Olsen.
restaurant or the?
it is right next to Olsen Marina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's on the water side.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right
okay.
there by Simmer Electric and Bill, man.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
someone
gotcha.
you guys need to interview.
Yeah,
I
well, no, we'd love to.
know.
We'd love to. Yeah.
He is incredible.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do with him is drive in his truck, him to show me around and tell me stories.
Right.
Him and my friend AJ Bassett, she literally was on Fort Myers Beach. I believe her and her twin sister moved when they were 4, and her mother was the first principal of the first
Oh,
school.
the school.
They started the library and all these. Both of them driving in a car in Fort Myers Beach. It's like I learn something new every time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
I love that.
you'll have to introduce us. We had Blaine, who's a fishing shrimp boat captain on,
Yeah.
and it was fascinating.
Yeah,
Really,
I just
really
love all the
fascinating.
history. There's so much history in this area that sadly I think is getting lost.
I hope not.
Yeah, I
I
hope
don't-
not too,
Yeah.
especially that summer
Yeah.
electric, everything that they own. So.
I know for a fact they want to keep that industrial, commercial, and I'm on the shrimp boat side, so I'm on the seedy side of the bridge.
Right. But it's,
I like it that way.
I love it back there. We
The
went
country
on.
So
side.
cool.
We
If
went
you
on the shrimp boat tour recently.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go down there, take a left
Yeah.
just before you go over the bridge, and that road is called Main
Main
Street.
Street.
Yeah, no.
Head down there, and then you'll see all on the right. There's old school businesses from shrimp net makers to marinas.
the hardware store that they buy the boat. marine store.
Kelly
It's so
Brothers
neat.
are down there, the marine contractors, you've got Seminole Electric, and then as you go past all that, you'll end up at the actual shrimp boats themselves. So and the Key West Express.
Yeah, I can see why it inspires you, because it just feels different down there.
You'll walk out and it's like I come out of the studio and the sun's going down or coming up, or and you see all the boats. You hear the guys working on the boats at Olson, and it's such I'm so blessed to have that space, and that is because of Bill, and
nice.
so I'm very grateful to him. And when you did the tour, you probably was with his sister Joanne at Otsego Bay.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Exactly.
We spoke to it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, check it out if you ever get
I
a
wouldn't
chance.
be anywhere where I'm at right now without every single person that has helped
Right.
along the way.
But
That's
then
awesome.
obviously,
Strong people.
Yeah, and then
My
you
life.
just taking a leap and going for it, which it sounds like you do in your art and your life and everything.
I've been like that since I was a kid. My mom said my first chair that I fixed was this squeaky rocking chair. I was 2, and it kept squeaking. She would rock me, and I took popsicle sticks and I shoved it in the squeaky part, and I
right.
fixed it.
That's awesome. That's
Really
awesome.
cool. Very cool.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit about the events you got coming up. I know you've jotted a few down there. Tell us a
Yeah, I
little
think-
bit about
I
the.
think-
Yeah. We touched on most of them. Yeah.
Most of them. So when's the next one? The next one is the
In 2023.
2023.
Yeah, I may do something before that. I'm really preparing for this show. I'm so excited about this opportunity and having a big show with large scale work that's more on the abstract side. I will have some sculptures and also some 3-dimensional work. So it's just kind of really a showing of my personality and like really what inspires me. And a lot of times I think people think, oh, she paints birds and fish. But
You're so much more than that.
But a lot of times what's inspiring to me is the industrial, the function, the form, the shadows, the feeling that you have. Music, when I hear the sound of it, like what does it feel like? What are the colors? And so that's what I'm expressing. And I'm really feeling like I'm getting more into my own. My friend Hollis Jeffcoat, she was a local artist here on the island. She really encouraged me to jump into that, and I finally she passed away unfortunately, but I did start going through the process, and it was weird. It was like having conversations in the sky. It's like, okay, I remember what you said. You would scrape away. You would do this, and so
Right.
I worked through a process that ended up really, I think, becoming very spiritual and very expressive for me emotionally.
That's
and,
awesome.
so cool.
and healing.
So cool.
So
Wonderful.
So cool. And you check out a lot of your ethos, and you can check all that out on your website. You've got a backstory about
yep.
what inspires you and everything. So definitely check out the website, which is
Lacey McClary. Go on, Lacey.
Link in bio. The link will be in the
Yeah,
description.
in the
Max, you take
description
it.
below. Yeah.
For sure.
All right, Max. Have you got any? Anything?
Oh
for
yeah,
us?
we
Any
have
trivia?
some trivia. It's a multimedia trivia challenge.
What does that mean? We don't have to draw, do we?
You do not have to draw. You will be looking at drawings.
I got it.
Oh, we're looking at drawings.
So these will be.
jeez.
So these will be.
Sorry.
I've taken the names of some of Lacey's paintings,
Right.
Okay.
and I have made trivia questions around them. The trivia
Okay.
questions are not necessarily about the paintings, but names that might be shared with that painting.
Okay, I'm confused, but let's just go
You'll
for
figure it
I
out. You'll
think
figure it out.
We're just going
I hope
for
I
it.
can remember all the names.
Yeah.
Oh,
You at least have a word bank that you might be pulling from.
Possibly.
Mom and Dad, you're in the dark. All right. So I'm going to ask you the question.
I'm in the dark
You-
from the explanation. So-
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll figure
I'm
it.
just
I
letting you know
promise
I'm
you'll
gonna
figure it
figure
out.
it
All
out.
right. Okay.
So I'm going to ask. I'm using 2 laptops and a phone for this one. So
Go for it.
bear
Wow.
with me.
Can we phone a
Multitasking.
friend?
Okay. So I'm going to show you the painting after the answers are in. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the first question. This giraffe piece shares its name with the sister of famous model Bella Hadid.
Oh, I know this.
Hide your answer, Lacey. Don't let anyone cheat.
Oh, okay. So it's a giraffe. I got a name. Okay.
It's a giraffe,
Yes.
and it shares
in the name with. Okay, got it. Nick?
Bella Hadid.
You you're not doing anything.
No, I don't even understand. There's a giraffe named.
No.
No, what? Tell me. Sorry.
This
I don't
giraffe
even know that.
this giraffe shares its name with the sister of Bella Hadid.
I don't know any giraffes.
You're not looking for giraffes.
I know Coulter the giraffe down in Ngala. I don't know any other.
Do you
know
mean the
any
model, not the giraffe?
Oh,
Do you know
no.
Bella's sister?
Do you know Bella's sister?
Oh.
Maybe.
I don't know any giraffes.
I don't either, other than in my imaginary.
No, exactly.
I think I might be missing the point here. And
I don't know.
I don't feel
How you cannot figure out.
What?
You don't know what I'm asking you? Because we need to figure this out before we move on.
Okay, let Dad show his answer.
Bella Hadid is a famous model.
Right.
She has a sister. What's her sister's name?
What's the giraffe got to do with it?
You've got to be kidding,
all
right?
Of my work.
Right.
It's the title of her painting.
Can I go? Gigi.
Gigi.
Okay.
Dad, what did you write?
Zoe the giraffe.
I like it.
You need to make a painting for
Zoe.
called Joe Zoe.
I don't even know what to say. I don't think I could have written that question any clearer. This is Gigi, not Gigi
So there's a
Hadid.
supermodel of which I don't know any. There's a giraffe of which I don't know any. Oh, okay. There we go.
Nobody knows giraffes.
Well, you knew Gigi.
I did.
Because she knew Gigi Hadid. That's the point of the question.
Right.
I don't know giraffes
She's
or
adorable.
supermodel. But
I
that's a
love-
very nice painting.
It's really cute. Why did you name her Gigi?
My friend's daughter, Lily. I said, "What do you think she should be called?" Oh, that's Gigi.
Oh,
for
there
sure.
you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Resounding.
That was
She
a
looks
good-
like a Gigi to
Good
me.
choice, Lily.
Had I known
like
that, I
it.
would have got Gigi.
Not
Okay.
Zoe.
Next question. We're going audio.
Oh gosh.
Oh, dear.
This piece shares its name with the band most famous, best known for the song "Run Around." And I will play you a 15-second clip of the song "Run Around," and you need to tell me what the name of this band is.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And this will be
You don't
Oh,
answer
sorry.
yet.
Yeah,
That's-
don't
no.
give me the answer.
well. I think is that your final answer?
No, maybe not.
All right. Here is the first 15 seconds
Are
of
we
Run
going to get
Around.
flagged for this?
I just looked it up. We can listen to up to 15 seconds,
Okay.
and then we'll get flagged.
Count it very carefully.
All right. Let me know if you can't hear it.
Okay. You know, good.
I can't hear
You got
it.
all the technology in the world.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I needed
Yeah.
that.
So obviously not the Beach Boys that I put
Don't
originally.
Go too long. Don't go too long.
15 seconds. That's all you get.
Yes. Who is that? Oh, okay.
Midnight Dreary.
Okay. I had the Beach Boys originally when you said, didn't the Beach Boys do something called Run Around, Run Around?
Well, that's
Maybe.
what-
That was just
Did you say that? That was really silly.
that was the most generic Beach Boys song. All right, Dad, you go first.
I can't
He's
think
got
of it.
blank.
He's got nothing. All right,
got-
Beach Boys. Final answer for you, Mom.
I put Weezer?
Weezer.
That may also be a good title for an upcoming paper.
Okay.
Blues Traveler is your answer.
I saw him. I've seen him live. I've got
This
pictures
is
of him.
Blues Traveler. It is a
Yes.
blue octopus.
I love that.
There you go.
Traveller. I can't believe I didn't get that. He plays the harmonica.
All right, Dad. Next one might be the easiest, so I really hope you get this one. We're moving on from supermodels to
So Lacey's in the lead.
Yes.
Let's do the scoring.
2-1-1.
Shocker.
0.
2-1-0.
2-1-0. All right. This one, Dad, I put it.
I've already got the answer.
Telepathic.
I've got more chance of getting it telepathically than I have
Here,
legitimately.
hold on.
I got it.
Okay, mind melt.
I have 2 hints to this one if the first
only
hint
need
is
one.
too hard. I don't know if anyone will get the
We
first
just need
hint.
half of one.
This piece shares its name with Bengals All-Pro wide receiver Jamar.
Okay, number 2, please.
I want to know if Dad knows this because we just watched the entire Bengals game on Sunday.
Jamar. So whatever Jamar's last name is, this piece shares the name. Lacey, you got anything? No.
Man.
Okay.
I have an idea, but
Okay, let's go for number 2.
All right, Dad, do you have it?
I think so.
Nope. Well, that's not it.
I like this.
You didn't even want to see it. Come on.
I saw the
try
first
again,
letter, and
right?
that's not it. All right.
Thanks for that. I'll
This
tuck us
is
out.
the second hint.
Oh.
What? I just heard a creak.
Oh, I know.
If you are
Oh,
if
I know
you
what
are
that is.
listening, we have a logo of a company. I'm not going to say what kind of company. And this is your answer.
Okay, so I got it. I know what it is. Can I
You
show
know
you?
what it is?
Do you have
Oh,
it?
you're so excited.
Yes.
No, I've got it. Chase.
Chase.
Yes.
Chase. Okay, there we go. So 3 points across the board.
Man,
I
I was
knew
So win.
I
Let me
knew
see
the Chase.
Chase.
I knew the Chase Bank one was too easy, so I
Okay,
didn't want
let's
to give
see
it to
the
you right away.
painting.
And this is Chase.
Oh,
Ah,
The-
is
excellent.
that is
The
that
dolphin
a,
fish?
It's a dolphin
Dolphin
fish. I was
fish,
going to say
yeah.
it was a mahi.
Mahi
Yeah.
Mahi, also known as a dolphin.
All right, so we have a
Lacy
3,
wins.
2, 1 score.
Yes.
All right.
Was this
Yeah,
it?
so I came in
Wrong
first.
answer.
No, you don't know.
All right. Final.
That's the
Question.
computer screen, Max.
Is this double or nothing?
Don't look at my files.
I
How
got
do
the
you-
wrong answer on this one.
So the
All
one
right.
you said you had your friend's daughter name it. Do you do that a lot, or you just come up with things? What's your normal process?
Sometimes on commission pieces, I'll always ask the client, is there something special?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the questions. A lot of times it's what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, while I'm painting, mostly on the abstracts. So
Yeah.
All right. Final.
they speak to you.
Gotcha. I bet they
There it
do.
is. Final question.
Got it.
This piece shares its name with the second largest country in Africa.
Oh, dear.
Second part of the hint
What have I done?
it is the Democratic Republic of blank. The Democratic Republic part is not in the painting name, just the final word.
Okay.
And you're good at geography, so I'm thinking you're gonna get this. I don't know.
I'm
Lacey,
Does everyone have an answer? At least you have one?
No, not yet.
Oh, you gotta get one.
So we're
The
we could
Democratic
be-
Republic of.
Oh no.
It's the
So we're
second
3, 2,
largest
1.
country in
Yeah.
Africa, 11th
first.
largest country in the world.
What's that?
I'm 3, 2, 1. I'm first.
No, you're last.
You're in dead last.
You're dead last.
Well, I always
Yeah.
thought one was better than 3. But.
You got
I have
anything?
nothing.
Is this
All
your
right.
painting?
Yeah.
She's done so many. She's
I'm just-
There is a lot of them.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, I saw your answer. What is it?
Congo.
I put that
you're
too.
right.
Congo.
I gave up and wrote Gypsy.
The Republic of Gypsy.
All right, there is Congo.
Oh, okay. Explain this one, Lacey.
That is a very early painting that I did, and
So old that you can't remember the name of it.
it's actually the texture on that one and the colors. I would challenge myself every day. This is when I first moved to the island, and I would study different artists, and I was in a kind of a Picasso phase of understanding like different. Now, this is definitely no Picasso, but I wanted to understand. I always drew faces and eyes, and one of the things that I like to do is see how long I can keep my pencil down without
So just doing
Looking
single
at-
lines
Yep.
and
Right.
very simple.
Okay.
But
blocking color.
yeah, that's very
Right.
cool.
My
Very-
art
that.
has changed so much over the years. It's incredible.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
That
We
is
can't
awesome.
wait to see where you go from here.
know.
I mean, you're going to be painting sides of buildings and next. How do you transport this art? You must have, do you have a big van or lots of nice, good
I-
friends with big machinery?
No, I have a trailer. I also have a larger car, but normally if they're large, like I did a big project for Garamond plastic surgery. And actually that may have been the biggest 10. I think that was also 10, 8 by 10, I believe. Anyway, U-Haul is wonderful. I'm not
Gotcha.
sure how much, what we're going to do next. I think maybe roll it up and stretch it live.
there you go.
So I'm willing
Stretch it
to
on
try.
site.
Right. So,
Challenge me.
right. We need Zoe the giraffe to be painted
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
just so Nick can get the answer right
Yeah.
next time.
I think we had a two-way tie between the two of you, Mom and Lacey. So ring the bell.
No, Lacey won.
No, because you got it was 3-2-1, and then you got the one to tie the last
Oh,
tie at the end
yes.
with Congo.
Bad if I lose.
All right, go on, Lacey.
What do we do?
Just bring it. Again, louder. Yes.
Okay, I was cheated.
Again. For the 500th time.
Yes. All right, rub it in, why don't you? All right, so fantastic. Make sure you go and check out Lacey's work. It's absolutely incredible. Keep a lookout, sign up for her newsletter, and check out our website for all the upcoming
Follow her
events.
on social media.
We will definitely be coming to one of your events.
I know, I can't wait.
Can't wait to have you.
Yeah, we'll definitely be coming. So thanks very much, guys. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Sanibel Captiva Guide podcast. Thanks to all our supporters. Check them out in the description below. Without them, it wouldn't be possible to do what we do. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next one.